Leonardo DiCaprio's name keeps appearing in the Epstein files, and it's not just a casual mention. Jeffrey Epstein was actively trying to befriend Leo, using him to lure victims, and even acting as his unofficial manager to broker international endorsement deals. But here's where it gets darker. Leo's ex-girlfriend was directly emailing Epstein, offering to find him girls and calling him Love Bunny. Today, we're diving into the emails that reveal just how deep this connection goes and what it tells us about Hollywood's relationship with Epstein's network. Let's get into it. So people always talk about the Epstein files, but let me actually show you what's in them. There's a website called Gmail that recreates Jeffrey Epstein's email inbox, and the Leonardo DiCaprio connections are all over it. In one email, Epstein asks someone named Depot whether Leonardo DiCaprio would be interested in having dinner with Woody Allen. Already a red flag. Then there's an email from Peggy Siegel, a PR person who worked closely with both Woody Allen and Jeffrey Epstein. She's writing to Epstein warning him about some kind of spreading misinformation, and then she brings up Ken Sunshine, saying he reps Leonardo DiCaprio for years and much more serious institutions and people. I can call him for you whenever you want. Here's the interesting part about Ken Sunshine. Despite his name, he's not a bright character at all. He's been known to intimidate people in the past, particularly Harvey Weinstein's victims. So we're already seeing a pattern of these same PR people and handlers surrounding multiple predators in Hollywood. But the weirdest emails are the ones where Epstein is literally acting like Leonardo DiCaprio's manager. In one message, Jeffrey asks UK politician Peter Mandelson, "Can you think of anyone in India, China, Japan, Russia, etc. that might want the endorsement of Leonardo DiCaprio? Cars, etc.? He's looking for non-US products to endorse to make some money." Think about how strange that is. Why is Jeffrey Epstein shopping around endorsement deals for Leonardo DiCaprio? Why is a politician getting involved in finding brand deals for a Hollywood actor? The more you learn about Epstein, the clearer it becomes that there are deep connections between the elites, the famous, and people who are politically in charge. Peter Mandelson, by the way, was later fired from his post as ambassador after details came out about his relationship with Epstein, which apparently included accepting money and sharing highly confidential government information. Documents show Epstein paid him around $75,000, though Mandelson claims he has no record or recollection of receiving it and doesn't know if the documents are authentic. Now, I'm not saying DiCaprio necessarily knew what Epstein was doing, but his name was being used as a tool. A victim named Joanna, who testified against Epstein, spoke about how Leonardo DiCaprio's connection to Epstein was used as a form of grooming and intimidation. She explained that when you're around Epstein and you hear him talking about his close connections to people you admire or look up to, like Leonardo DiCaprio, you start to think Epstein must be a good guy. If Leo is friends with him, he can't be that bad, right? That's the psychology of it. Epstein used these celebrity connections to build credibility and make his victims feel like they were entering an elite world. Leonardo's name appeared in the unsealed documents along with other A-listers like Naomi Campbell, Kevin Spacey, Cate Blanchett, Bruce Willis, Cameron Diaz, George Lucas, Michael Jackson, and David Copperfield. None of these people are accused of committing crimes, but it shows who Epstein was surrounding himself with and name-dropping to maintain his image. Here's where this story takes an even darker turn. It wasn't just Leo who had connections to Epstein. One of his ex-girlfriends, a model named Alicia Rover, was directly emailing Jeffrey Epstein. And based on those emails, it appears she took on a role similar to Ghislaine Maxwell, helping to recruit and offer girls to Epstein. In one email, she tells Epstein, "I'll find a girl for you this time, I promise. I'm so bitter now, I'll do anything. Europe would be better to find a little girl." Let me repeat that. She said, "little girl." The implications of that phrasing are horrifying. In another email, she calls Epstein Love Bunny and asks, "Do you want to see my friend or not? She would love to see you and she's sweet." Epstein responds, "I'm not in New York, send photos." She sends a photo which is redacted in the released documents, and then Epstein asks where she is and when the pictures were taken. Alicia responds, "I just spoke to her. She can come in 10 days," and provides a phone number. This is not ambiguous. This looks exactly like recruiting. She's facilitating meetings between young women and Jeffrey Epstein. In yet another email exchange, Epstein asks Alicia, "Any new friends?" "Happy Christmas," she responds. "Do you like black girls? The one I know is really beautiful. She's 20. Happy Christmas." And Epstein simply replies, "Send photo." These emails paint a clear picture of someone actively helping Epstein access young women. And remember, this is Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend. She mentions him in the emails, writing things like, "I'm dating Leo so hot. I like young super hot boys," and "I dated Leo. I like super hot boys." The question becomes, what did Leo know? Was he aware of what his girlfriend was doing? Did he introduce her to Epstein, or did she have her own separate relationship with him? These are questions that deserve answers. Now, Leo already has a reputation for only dating women under 25. It's become such a well-known pattern that it's almost a meme at this point. Every time he breaks up with a girlfriend who's approaching 25, the internet makes jokes about it. But in light of these Epstein connections, that pattern takes on a different, more disturbing context. Some people theorize that Leo's young girlfriends are actually beards, that he's secretly gay and uses these relationships for publicity, while his actual partner is someone else entirely. Others point to his childhood in Hollywood and suggest he may have been a victim himself. Brian Peck, who was convicted in the Nickelodeon scandal involving Drake Bell, spent time around young Leonardo. Looking at old footage of them together, Brian comes across as incredibly creepy around teenage Leo. It's not impossible that Leo experienced trauma as a child actor, which could explain some of his later patterns and connections. But regardless of what may or may not have happened to Leo, the fact remains that his name is all over these files. His ex-girlfriend was actively emailing Epstein about finding girls, and Epstein was using Leo's fame as both a lure for victims and apparently trying to use it for his own financial gain through endorsement deals. There are so many uncomfortable questions here. Why was Epstein so fixated on Leonardo DiCaprio specifically? Was it just because he's famous and attractive, making him useful for grooming purposes? Or was there something more? Why was Epstein brokering international endorsement deals for Leo? Many celebrities seek foreign endorsements because they're lucrative and don't typically hurt their image in the US. Was Epstein using this as a way to integrate himself into Leo's life and business? And most importantly, what did Leonardo DiCaprio actually know about Jeffrey Epstein's activities? Did he attend parties where illegal things were happening? Did he witness anything? Did his girlfriend tell him what she was doing? The fact that Leo has remained completely silent on this issue is telling. Most celebrities named in the documents have either released statements or had their representatives clarify the nature of their connection to Epstein. Leo hasn't said a word. Here's what we know for certain. Jeffrey Epstein had an infatuation with Leonardo DiCaprio and actively tried to befriend him. Epstein used Leo's name to impress and groom victims. Epstein acted as an unofficial manager trying to broker deals for Leo. And Leo's ex-girlfriend was directly emailing Epstein, offering to find him girls and using disturbing language about little girls. What we don't know is how much Leo knew, how involved he was, or whether he benefited from this relationship beyond the potential endorsement opportunities Epstein was shopping around. But the pattern is clear. Epstein surrounded himself with the famous, the powerful, and the politically connected. He used those connections to build credibility, access victims, and maintain his network. And Leonardo DiCaprio, whether he knew it or not, was part of that ecosystem. The entertainment industry has a lot of explaining to do about its relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And Leonardo DiCaprio, given how many times his name appears in these files and how his ex-girlfriend was directly involved in recruiting, owes the public some answers. What do you think? Did Leo know what was happening? Should he be speaking out about this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want me to cover more Epstein files and connections, let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and remember, just because someone is famous and beloved doesn't mean they're innocent. The truth is always more complicated than the image we're sold. I'll see you in the next one.